every time the customer acquisition costs are rising, marketers are blaming Meta, or Google, or TikTok. The iOS update, the privacy changes, the creative fatigue, the action dynamics shifting. Some of these things are real, of course. All of them are industry-wide though. They affect every brand in your category simultaneously. They are not why your CAC is higher than your competitors. If your CAC is unmanageable while your competitor's CAC is stable, the algorithm is not the differentiating variable. Your unit economics are. Algorithm changes are a constant. They move the baseline for everyone in the action. What determines which brands can survive and scale at that new baseline is not their access to better targeting. It is whether their conversion rate, their average order value, and their customer retention give them the arithmetic to bid higher than the competition. This video is about the arithmetic, your sustainable customer acquisition cost, the maximum you can spend to acquire a customer and remain profitable. Max CAC allowance. It is determined by three variables: conversion rate, average order value based on the margin, and customer retention. Not audience targeting, not creative quality alone, not bidding strategy. These are the inputs. The unit economics are the ceiling they operate beneath. If you spend $50 to send 100 clicks to your product page and 2 of those clicks convert, your CAC from those clicks is $25. If your average order value is $48 and your gross margin is 40%, the profit on each transaction is $19.20. Your $25 CAC just exceeded the profit of the first transaction. You are acquiring customers at a loss. The algorithm did not cause this. The conversion rate and the gross margin caused this. And because they caused it, they can also fix it. A 2% conversion rate does not become sustainable solely by finding a better audience. It becomes sustainable also by becoming 2.4% or 2.8% or 3%, God help, or by raising the average order value so that each conversion covers a higher CAC ceiling, or by improving the retention so that the customer lifetime value of the acquired customer makes the first order loss recoverable and fast enough, because the CAC payback period is also important. Here is the mechanism inside the ad auction that most advertisers have never had explained to them. The platform's algorithm inherently favors brands with higher conversion rates and superior post-click experiences. They are more valuable to the ecosystem. But here is the economic consequence of that favoritism. Brand A has 4% conversion rate. For every 25 clicks, they acquire 1 customer. Brand B has a 2% conversion rate. For every 50 clicks, they acquire 1 customer. To acquire that same customer at the same CAC, Brand B must pay half as much per click as Brand A. In the same auction, competing for the same impression, Brand A can sustainably outbid Brand B by 2 times, not because they have a bigger budget, because their conversion rate is higher, because their brand is more powerful. So Brand B interprets this as the algorithm is penalizing us, the algorithm is doing no such thing. It is rewarding Brand A for having better unit economics and better brand equity. So how do you move these levers? There are 3 concrete mechanisms. The first is strategic bundling to raise average order value. If your AOV is $48 and strategic bundling moves it to $65, your first order profit increases by $6.80. That directly raises the CAC ceiling you can sustain, so the max CAC allowance is higher. A supplement brand that bundles a magnesium product with a sleep support product has increased the AOV, increased the perceived value, and increased the probability of a repeat purchase. The second lever is outcome-led offers that improve conversion rate. Most Shopify product pages sell features. Outcome-led offers restructure the page around what the customer is actually trying to achieve. What is the job to be done? What are the struggling moments that they are after? Not the product's attributes, but the customer's transformation. better sleep from night 1 or money back. This is not the same as magnesium glycinate 400 milligrams. One triggers a purchase decision, the other triggers a comparison. A 1 percentage point improvement in conversion rate is a 50% reduction in clicks required per each acquisition. Okay, but what's improving the conversion rate beside the UI tweaks and the messaging is also the branding. So you have to focus on campaigns that are not solely performance driven. They are allowing you to position yourself as a brand that is providing undeniable value to the market. Finally, the third lever is retention metrics that extend the CLV window. A brand with a 40% 90-day repurchase rate can sustain a higher first-order CAC than a brand with a 15% repurchase rate. That's because the math extends beyond the first transaction. Retention is not solely a customer service metric, it is an acquisition economics metric. There is one conversion failure that sits between the ad and the economics I just described, and it is responsible for more inflated CAC than almost any other single factor. When a user clicks on your ad, the brain made a micro commitment based on what the ad promised. If the landing pages delivers on that commitment, the same message, the same visual language, and the continuation of that promise, then the conversion probability gets higher. If the landing page is delivering something different, then the brain recognizes the mismatch in approximately 1.5 seconds and overrides the purchase impulse they've got in the first place. This is the messaging kernel problem. When your ad and your landing page do not share a single coherent promise, you are spending money to generate intent and then immediately disrupting it. Fixing message match before optimizing targeting is not a creative preference, it is an economic priority. A poor conversion rate is the primary driver of inflated CAC. The CRO infrastructure score inside
e-commerce-benchmark.ai
is evaluating your store's non-negotiable UX and conversion principles against more than 3,000 real websites across 19 plus industries and 65 countries. The score is covering CRO basics, data hygiene, and A/B testing maturity. The A/B testing maturity finding is the one that stops most operators cold. If you have no testing infrastructure, 100% of your traffic converts at a fixed rate that no one is actively improving. The top performers in your category improve conversion systematically by 15 to 30% per year. A fixed conversion rate is compounding lost ground. This audit also generates 60 plus tailored test ideas ran by estimated conversion impact, not generic CRO advice, but specific experiments for your specific friction points. When you're running experiments on Nexus, the prioritization is based on which interventions have the highest historical probability of improving conversion for your specific situation. Every experiment runs through the causal chain: insight, hypothesis, brief, and experiment. Every conversion improvement is traceable back to the unit economics it affects. A 0.8 percentage point improvement in conversion rate is not just a CRO metric, it is a CAC reduction expressed in dollars, visible in the true profit dashboard in OmniConvert Nexus. Your CAC is not determined by the algorithm, it is determined by what you do and what happens on the other side of the click. Every time your conversion rate improves by 1 percentage point, your CAC falls. Every time your AOV increases through strategic bundling, your sustainable CAC ceiling rises. Every time your retention rate improves, the economics of acquiring at a first order loss becomes viable for longer. So don't focus solely on decreasing the CAC. Focus on making sure that it's economically sustainable to afford the highest CAC in your competitors' landscape. The brands that have sustainable CAC in a rising cost environment did not find a better audience hack. They built better unit economics, and they did it through systematic experimentation on the post-click experience and systematic experimentation on the creative and acquisition side. So start with this CRO infrastructure audit. Understand exactly where your conversion rate is bleeding. Then close the loop between that diagnosis and the experiments that fix it. Stop optimizing the top of the funnel for an auction you lose at the bottom. Fix the bottom. The auction takes care of itself. And guess what? If you want to learn more about how to grow your Shopify, make sure that subscribe to this channel and see you next time.